Okay everyone, welcome. This is only my second video so I'm going to give a basic tutorial on what I would consider drifting in Forza Horizon 5, and I also have a person's game tag that makes some very good drift tunes for watching the Formula Drift cars in the game. So that's what I'm going to cover today, so let's get started. So with drifting, well, first of all, you want to get like a good road to practice on. I really enjoy practicing on the mountain roads, lots of curves. It's pretty nice to drift. With this track, well, with this drift zone, I noticed I usually get higher scores when I'm going down the mountain. So I usually use going up as a practice run, and then I do my actual run going down. So there's some cars like this Nissan GTR where with the right tune it can drift quite well. But then there's also the Formula Drift cars, which in my opinion are very good for beginners. So for instance, this one, the 240SX, if you just add a bit more horsepower or remove some weight, it drifts really nicely, even just stock like this one. So they slide quite easily. I haven't gotten into all-wheel drive drifting yet, but from what I have seen of all-wheel drive drifting, you need a lot of horsepower to get the car to slide nicely. So like with this car, it's decent. It's quite a good power to weight ratio, like not too much power that it always slides, but it still can slide quite nicely. It's easy to initiate a drift. Also, you can use the handbrake to initiate a drift or swap directions easily. But if you want to physically slow down your speed, use the brakes, because that doesn't just lock up the wheels and make them slide. It slowly makes all of the wheels slow down rather than just the back wheels instantly, which is a lot better for slowing down drifts. So the drift scores in this game, from what I remember from one of the drift club events, is that drift scores are calculated on angle and speed. So if you're consistently staying at like 100 kilometers an hour through your drifts, you're going to be getting a lot higher score than if you're only doing like 50 kilometers an hour. It's also good to put a lot of angle into it. Like don't be scared to go all that with the angle. So sometimes it's better to go for speed than angle, but just try and keep the wheels sliding evenly. So just pretty short distance, I've got like 100,000 points with this stock Formula Drift car. Pretty good. Although, if you tune the car, which there's this person called whose game tag is Stoned3LF, I believe. They're also known as DJU on TikTok. They make some some cool liveries like these ones, and also some very good tunes for most of the Formula Drift cars. So here's the same 240SX, but with one of their tunes, just to show you how it drifts. So it's definitely a lot easier to slide. There's also, if you want to drift really easily, you want to increase the rear tire pressure. Sometimes use drag tires, and also sometimes put toe on the wheels, because the toe helps swing the back end out. If you notice with this car, because it's a lot easier to slide, I'm still getting similar angle, except my speed is staying a lot closer to 100 kilometers an hour than it was before, which means I'm going to be getting a lot more score if the drift zone was currently running, because I stopped the cars. It's also a lot easier to slide, so I'm going to try and go without using the handbrake for the next couple of turns, just to show you how it can slide easily. So here. So I'm not using a handbrake at all, and I also haven't had to use the brakes to slow the car down. Well, there I had to, but it slides pretty easy, as you can see. There's the handbrake. The handbrake is also very helpful for getting some big angle. If you're going for a tight corner, I noticed it usually helps if you start on the outside. Like for this one, I'll go towards the right and drift in towards the middle, because that's a nice and easy way to get a lot more angle into your turns. If you have a lot of speed coming into the corner, it's sometimes a bit harder to get high angle, but the speed will compensate for that in points. Which means with the right tune, it's pretty difficult to score below 600,000 on this particular drift zone here. Stone 3LF, they do make all-wheel drive tunes. They're mainly focused on the all-wheel drive ones, but you can find some very good drift ones. They don't advertise all of their tunes on their TikTok, but if you have a car that you really want to try drifting, just try typing in their gamer tag and they might have some tunes that you can use. Which, from my experience, all of their tunes that I've tried are very good. So you just want to keep drifting on the straight parts of the track, like just from side to side, so you can keep the points coming in. The side to side bits are a very good part where you can get high angle and high speed, because you're not having to turn too much. You can just sort of swing the back end out, as long as you can keep it going straight after. This used to be my favourite drift car, even without the tune, but then I moved to the Nissan GTR that I had at the start of the video. That's a very good car to use. With lots of the cars, you can basically drift any car in this game. With anything with the right tune can drift pretty well. With some cars, you want to be drifting in like 4th gear, but for lots of these tunes I have from Storm 3LF, they're very good to use in 1st gear or just in automatic. So by far my favourite rear-wheel drive drift car right now is the 4-wheel drift Ferrari 599 GTB with the tune from Storm 3LF. I noticed this one, it drifts like really smoothly, and it's easy to keep control of on downhill and uphill sections. So in my opinion, it's a very good overall drift car. So the thing is, with the toe on the wheels, the toe sort of really helps to keep the car drifting even when you're not a steering wheel anymore. When you drift, you put more weight into the wheels, into one set of wheels, and because of the toe on those wheels, it'll keep it from drifting. It'll keep it drifting in that direction until you turn a different direction. So you see with this car, I can get high angle and high speed right along the outside of the track, like pretty much hitting the barrier all the way through the corner. So I'm keeping the speed with this car. You can comfortably drift at around 110 kilometers an hour, and on some tight corners will probably go down to like 90. But if you saw before with the stock 240 SX 4-wheel drift, it was usually sitting at like around 50 to 60 kilometers an hour. Then with the Tune 240 SX, it was moving up to around 90 to 100. And this one, which is very good rear-wheel drive drift car, like I said, it's easily sitting at around 100 and 110, occasionally hitting 120. And it's also, if you have a really good car, it's quite easy to get high angle and high speed at the same time. It's also, if you feel like you could have done better on a particular corner, just like that one there, it's always good to use rewind, because from my experience, I've never run out of rewind time in the drift zone, so it's just good to help you perfect your lines as you go. It's usually easier to drift downhill because the momentum is sort of helping your car slide into the corners. So like when you start sliding, the momentum is still pushing your car sideways, which is definitely helpful for the fact that which is definitely helpful to get high scores. But so that's why on this track I like using going uphill as a warm up and then downhill as my high scoring ones. Also at the end of most drift zones, I find it's usually good to just give it like a full 90-degree turn just before you go through the finish line, like get some speed before you get there, and then build up, and then just go straight 90 degrees through the last like 50 meters or so to get a lot of extra score in that last period, where if you crash afterwards you won't lose any score. I haven't yet scored a mil on this downhill track. I'm still working on it, but depending on how I go, I might be posting another video later just to show my progress on drifting. This drift zone, the mountain one, is definitely the drift zone I go any time I want to drift. I don't really bother with any of the other ones. I stay away from off-road drifting because to me the physics seem completely different and I just find it quite difficult, but probably with some practice I can find the similarities between off-road drifting and on-road drifting, although you will definitely need a completely different car to do it. So I think you should always have practice runs and try a lot of different drift cars. Like I got the drift cars pack just so I can try like basically all the drift cars in the game to see which one I felt the most comfortable with. This Ferrari isn't in the car pack, nor is the 240 SX. I also noticed I get some very good ones with the BMW, what's it called? 320i, I think. This one, the BMW 325i. It gets some really smooth corners, although it's not very good at getting high speeds. This Dodge Viper has very high horsepower, so to me, I think it would be pretty good at all-wheel drive drifting. Yeah, lots of these cars have like upwards of 1,000 horsepower. So, yeah, that's about it. Although there's also cars like the Mazda Miata and the GTR, and even like the Subaru BRZ and Toyota 86, where if you have a good tune, they drift almost just as well as a Formula Drift car. So you're not really stuck to using the Formula Drift cars for drifting, although they're a very good starting point, and also if you put a good tune on them, they become an overall very good car to use for drifting. So that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.